Hey, let's get things shaken up, baby. Did you like that Beatles song today? Shake it up, baby. Now twist and shout. It's the name of that song. I like listening to these songs. I hope you're enjoying them too. It makes it fun to be reading a story about somebody we can actually watch perform. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a vocabulary review real quick. It won't take long. I'm going to go through our vocabulary and then I want you to read the story independently today. Remember that our story begins on page 319. So if you turn to page 319, I want you to read about the Beatles again today. Read it to your mom and dad. They'd probably love to hear the history of the Beatles. And so read it to somebody today. Read it out loud to somebody so you can practice out loud reading. And so I want you to do that today. Also, I've got a little story about artists, Storyline Online story. After this slide right here, you can go and listen to it. It's called Picasso and Matisse. And so when Picasso met Matisse, two unlikely artists that you're going to be heard, it's going to be read to you. You'll enjoy that story. It's quite funny. And then for practice today, we need to practice these vocabulary words that we're about to go over. And then you will have another grammar review lesson, okay? So let's take a look at these 8 vocabulary words again. And then I want you to read the story and dig into today's lessons, okay? So the first word we learned yesterday is dignified. Somebody who is dignified. Oops. Somebody who is dignified is someone who acts in a way that's very formal, calm, and proper. Remember in our story, the Beatles got so famous they got to perform before in front of the royal family of England, like the King and Queen of England and their families. So those people were very dignified. And I think it was John told the audience they could clap along. And those dignified royal people, they could just shake their jewelry, he said. So they act in a way that's formal and calm and proper. Stunned. If you're stunned, you're shocked or amazed by something. The Beatles were stunned at how popular they were and how famous they became because of all their fans and Beatlemania. And boy, the fans would scream so loud, as you see in the videos, that you can't hear the music sometime. It stunned the Beatles. It shocked them. It amazed them. Their music was always polished. A performance that is polished is given with great skill and no mistakes. So the Beatles had polished performances. They were very, very good. Regretted. If you regret something, you feel sorry about it and wish you hadn't done it. Do you remember what the Beatles regretted? They regretted telling reporters that their favorite candy was the soft, kind of squishy jelly beans in England, because in America they didn't have those kind. They had the hard jelly beans like we eat, so it hurt when they threw them at the stage because they loved the Beatles in concert. So they regretted telling them that. Hilarious. Something's hilarious. It's very funny. The Beatles were always making each other laugh by telling something hilarious, a hilarious story, or saying something hilarious. Observant. If you're observant, you see and notice more details than other people. People who were very observant could see these Beatles were rising fast and they were growing famous very quickly with their great songs. Flattered. If you're flattered by something, it made you feel honored and special. The Beatles were flattered by all their thousands of fans that would come see them at their concert. And then trampled. If something's trampled, it's stepped on and damaged or crushed. Remember when they became so famous, they were afraid the fans would trample them running up on the stage and step on them and hurt them. So those are our vocabulary words. You'll have some practice with them today. Remember, you can use your book on the vocabulary practice. So no reason not to make a 100. Just look at the book, the words in the book. They're at the bottom of the story pages. Just look at them and match the answers today. Okay, and you got a grammar review. You can listen to Picasso and Matisse now on the next slide, and then read our story, read the Beatles story, page 319, read it out loud to somebody today, and then go do your 2 assignments. Okay? All right, shake it up.